TOEFL is not difficult, but it's very easy to study wrongly. Many people say TOEFL is difficult, but in reality, TOEFL isn't difficult. It's just not for those who study the wrong way. Most TOEFL learners fail not because of poor English, but because they approach TOEFL like IELTS or conversational English. And that's a mistake from the start. What does TOEFL actually measure? TOEFL doesn't measure how well you speak, how many advanced vocabulary words you use, how close your accent is to a native speaker. TOEFL measures how well you understand academic content, how clearly and logically you process information in English, whether you can present academic thoughts coherently. In other words, TOEFL is a test of thinking, not of tricks. Why do many people studying for the TOEFL never improve their score? There are 3 common reasons. 1. Studying TOEFL like you're studying IELTS. Focus on speaking fluently and using idioms, writing long, emotional essays, while TOEFL requires clarity, conciseness, and academic rigor. 2. Obsessing over difficult vocabulary, trying to cram academic words, using words in the wrong context. TOEFL doesn't reward difficult words, it only penalizes incorrect usage. 3. Practicing practice tests too early, taking tests without understanding the structure, making mistakes without knowing why. Stagnation in scores is inevitable. The right mindset when starting TOEFL: if you're preparing for TOEFL, remember these 3 things. TOEFL is an integrated skills test. Good understanding equals speaking and writing will improve naturally. Clear, greater than complex. Studying TOEFL correctly doesn't mean studying more, but about understanding the true nature of the test. What will this series be about? In this next series, I will share TOEFL reading, how to read without having to read everything. TOEFL listening, listen to understand the meaning without having to memorize everything. TOEFL speaking, you don't need to speak eloquently to get a high score. TOEFL writing, why simple writing gets you a good score. No shortcuts, no unrealistic promises, just TOEFL taken down to its true nature. If you are studying for TOEFL or preparing to study, follow this series. Learning correctly from the beginning will save you a lot of time and effort.